Hi, my name is John Valentine. I go to Celebration Church. I do system configuration for a living, and I've been going to Celebration for several years now. Today I'm going to share with you a little bit about what God's placed on my heart. I am in a season of my life where God is really just calling me to be in His Word more, listen to His Word more. And there's been plenty of seasons where I'm seeking something specifically out, or I'm researching something in His Word. It's very topical. And this season, it hasn't really been a topical thing. It's just been spending time with the Word. And Jesus is the Word. And so when God put this on my heart, it really was, it was clear to me that He was drawing me closer to Him. Because as I spend time just in His Word, just listening to His Word, just being in an environment where His Word is present, going to sleep at night, just playing His Word, even when I'm sleeping, just so that I can be in that environment, I knew that again, it was just another opportunity just to spend time with Christ. And it's funny because a lot of times we go into things thinking that we're going to experience something in one way, and it doesn't always come out. You don't always experience it in the way that you expect to. And so I'm expecting that I'm going to feel this overwhelming presence of His as I'm in His Word and listening to His Word, and replacing time when I would be listening to music with His Word, or going to sleep with His Word, but always around His Word. And I'm thinking, man, I'm going to experience the presence of God so richly now. It's going to be amazing. And it's funny because I found myself asking God, I'm like, well, I'm not feeling that I thought I would feel. And why? And God's a good God, and He shared with me just, inside of me, heard His voice, and He said, you really, you'll experience me and my presence more as you're going and acting on what I've deposited within you, what I've placed within you. And so it was pretty cool because God prepares us for what He has laid out before us. That encounter that we have with somebody who just needs some good counsel, or who needs a hug, or is going through some new period or season in their life, or something unexpected. And so as we step out there and we know that we'll encounter those things, and before time we're spending time with God, which is exactly what Jesus would do, right? It's spending that hour in Gethsemane just praying to God. It's looking to God and doing the things that He hears God doing, or that He hears, or that He sees God doing, or He hears God saying. But as I spent that time, He said, as I bring you into these situations in life where people do really need to hear my word, I've deposited my word in you, and you'll really feel my presence in that. And so, He brought a couple of things to scriptures to me during the season that really just kind of backed that up. In Psalms 57:2, it says that God fulfills His purpose for me. As we cry out to Him, He fulfills His purpose in me. And so as I go about my life and just my daily walk and look for opportunities where, again, God could use me, He'll fulfill His purpose in me. And in that, I really experience His presence. So I just, probably a word of encouragement is that God will deposit His word in you, and He'll fulfill His purpose. And experiencing His presence isn't just to really feel good about yourself and really feel good about life, but I think God does that with a purpose behind it. And if you look at Jesus's life, from the crucifixion to Him being raised from the dead, from resurrection, from every area of His life, there was a purpose. As He was out there being active in God and stepping out in God and being purposeful for God, certainly He felt the Father's presence in those times. And that's where we'll feel the Father's presence, as we're going out there and we're being active for Him. Faith without works is dead. And we experience God most when we're really stepping out. And we see God's presence. And even when Jesus was calling for a healing, when he said, stretch out your hand or get up and walk, there's presence, and there's the full power of the presence and everything that presence brings, but it happens in action, and it happens in stepping out in faith. So be encouraged today. Fill yourself with his word, but also step out in faith and see his purpose and his presence be done in your life.